Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much. And Secretary, I apologize for him referring to you as a congressman. You don't want that sentence. So I want to touch on the AI autonomous systems. You know, one of the things, and I just returned from Fort Bragg, and I won't go into anything that is not going to be covered in our classified section, but I do see a significant importance in the quantum race and where we're at on things. And I noted that China's big concern right now is that they feel confident in their ability to outpace us militarily and economically, but they really struggle with knowing where we are from an innovative perspective, which is really a direction that they're trying to head in. And in seeing that their primary goal, and I've written about this numerous times in the past years, about this great superpower resurgence with China, Russia, Iran, North Korea's geopolitical alignment, they're really tailored towards the idea that it's not so much the kinetic but the non-kinetic element of things with influence campaigns, but also looking at that Belt and Road Initiative, which would pave the way to get that Eurasian expansion, that Africa dominance with controls to resources from the port in Djibouti, which is roughly $562 million investment, the railway supplies that goes into the potash farms and harvest that you see, and also the control of Oceania in an effort to try and cut off Western Hemisphere supply chain. And while that in itself is concerning, we also know that they're attempting to complete that encirclement with the economic coercions in Honduras and Panama to control the Panama Canal for increased tariff and access, while utilizing that Russian, I guess, marriage of convenience, if you will, for the Chavez of Venezuela, Petro in Colombia, and others within our own hemisphere. Now, we know that it's economic and resource-based. We know innovation is an area that they're most concerned with. And we also know that they don't allow their currency and their economics to be audited, if you will, because they're really far stretched more than what they actually allude to. I look at the quantum space or the quantum race very much like we utilized against Russia in the space wars, in an area that we can outpace them if we continue to invest in it and drain down further resources. Are you in any way along the same lines that the quantum entanglement that we're seeking to try and achieve and the AI autonomous drone capabilities, capacities, which could be utilized to leave our enemies deaf, dumb, and blind, is the right path forward? And do you hear of whether or not China is concerned with our advancement in this?
So, Congressman, I think this speaks directly to the national defense strategy when we talk about building enduring advantage. You know, our agency does really at its core two very, very important things for our nation. We make code and we break code. The making of code is what we're doing right now as we think about quantum-resistant encryption. If this type of computer can be deployed in the future, we will ensure that we have an encryption that can defeat it. And we've already developed a number of the algorithms that underpin that for our national security systems, working very, very closely with NIST, being able to ensure that they understand this as well. But I think your point is very important as you talk about the broader campaign that China has across the world. And this is why I come back to the importance of Section 702 that provides this type of insight in terms of what China is doing in South America, in Central America, in Africa, in terms of being able to have the insights that are so necessary for us to be able to shine a light. Because at the end of the day, malfeasance that the Chinese have undertaken, whether or not that's with outrageous repayment terms or the stripping of natural resources from a country, this is the type of information that really sets them back.
Yeah, and again, I think that when I'm looking at things, the evolution of warfare has gone far beyond the ideas of kinetic elements of just bomb to bomb, bullet to bullet, gun to gun. We have to recognize the economic resource and cyber capabilities as being the future of warfare, which can be done in a room this size as opposed to on a battlefield. And so what concerns me the most is knowing that their ultimate goal is to eliminate the U.S. dollar from the global currency by utilizing economic coercion and other methods with WHO, WEF, with the OPEC to try and undermine the petrodollar, with what they're doing to decouple us from the EU. I really see this as a whole-of-nation approach, not just from our USASOC, JSOC, and the operators on the ground, or even DIA and the EIC, but also from Treasury and the rest of good policy. And just in a quick last 10 seconds, would you agree with that synopsis?
Yeah, I would agree with that, and also say the international community, the Western Alliance community, too.
And, sir?
Wholeheartedly.
Thank you, sir.
And I would say this is why, working with other elements of our broader interagency is so important. The CHIPS Act and being able to work with commerce and being able to provide the
Semiconductor.
insights, so very, very important.
Thank you so much. I